Hi and welcome to Angel of Divine Love. This is our live today at 5:55 on the second day of March 2024. I want to thank you and welcome you to today's live. And I titled this video Our Sacred Mother Earth. And our sacred Mother Earth is in this beautiful planet in which we all live on. And welcome. And as we come together in unison and bringing in healing energy to our Earth and talk about this divine planet and the element of Earth and what she provides for us. We are all here on this sacred planet, navigating through space and time with all of these elements very much alive on this planet, guiding through space, literally, all of us on this mothership called Earth. And welcome as we travel through this realm together. Travel through what it is to be here on Earth and live with all of these elements that are so alive in our hearts and so alive within this realm. I'm also going to talk about the element that is part of the teachings that I teach, and I'm starting the womb workshop, which is it starts on the 7th. I'm going to go a little bit more over the elements there. And I go over, I last week, or one of the weeks, not last week, but probably a few weeks ago, I talked about the element of fire and then earth. But when we get to the element of earth, all of the elements are in earth, you know. It's not just the soil, it's all of the elements. It is the different waters that are within her, the frozen, the snow, the waters, the liquid that is running through her rivers and her oceans and the streams and the lakes. It is also the air that we breathe and the smoke that we burn, which carries our prayers to the heart of the heavens. And also the fire that is on earth naturally. So we live in this very majestic planet that has such a way of showing us and guiding us through our life, honestly. And it's an honor to be here with all of you. I love this planet that we live on. I have so much love for it. And I know it is a hard time right now on the earth. I love Guatemal's. This is a really good sign for me. It's so connected to someone I love. And you know, so all of these ways that we transcend and transverse, and we're navigating through this, and the activations that are happening within each of us, and the teachings that are available. And if you're, you know, ready and willing to work with me, thank you. Ready and willing to work with me in a really good way, we could take to those next steps and those next levels. But you know, right now, just looking at the beauty of this earth and recognizing that we're here, like, and it's not easy, right? There's so much energy that we're transcending through at any given time, and those that are around us sometimes having a hard time going through their own walk of life and making their own choices and navigating through their life and what it is that they've came here to learn. So it is nice to have a set of tools. It is nice to understand and consciously work with these elements. It is very beautiful to learn how to work with them in a very harmonious way, and a way that is uplifting, empowering, and sacred to you. So I always encourage working with the elements, which include fire and water and earth and air, those basic elements. And I also encourage people to just be in nature, even if you can't participate in any type of teachings that are available. And getting involved in your group and community and volunteering in earth and volunteering and getting your hands in the soil and being exposed to the elements is one of the most enriching things that we can do for ourselves and for our planet. So I want to take the time right now and send some prayers out to all those who are affected by this genocide. Send some prayers out to all those who are having some heavy time. This is a commercial that's on. And everybody that is going through their transcendent, their awakening, and then bring in, I would like, there's been many people that have asked me for clearings, and many people who have reached out and booked sessions with me, and I appreciate that. And I'm available for one-on-one sessions. And if there is a financial difficulty standing in the way, it is okay to ask for a little bit of help if that's what you need. And we all need someone to talk to. We all need someone to assist us in clearing things out and going through to that next level. And sometimes it's okay to ask for help if you need it, and knowing when it's time to ask for help. So I put together women's groups, and I also put together co-ed groups, and I don't ever advertise these publicly because I really don't need to. But if anybody ever wants to be involved in it, you could just reach out to me and, receive a link. It is mostly private, and I am starting a subscription. So on my subscription, we'll be sending stuff out like that, more private videos, and more monthly clearings. I'm not going to be posting any type of meditations too much publicly anymore, just because I feel to keep my work sacred and more in that sovereign field. And so if you want access to that, there's a subscription, and you don't have to pay for it. You just subscribe to the email list. So that way I keep my work more private. And so those who are receiving it, it is like in a really good way. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to write that below. And our Sacred Mother Earth is here to support us in all of our work and all of the things that we are here to do. And I am excited to offer this it's not a new offering, but it's an offering that is a womb workshop, Cycles Within. And the Cycles Within goes throughout all the cycles of which we travel through in the elements and in the seasons. So winter and spring and summer and fall, and how in having a female body or a bleeding body or even a masculine body, how these elements and how these seasons affect us monthly and hormonally. If you are a bleeding body, there's a hormonal reaction that happens within all bodies who have wombs. And I love focusing on the womb. And those who are men and masculine, you come from a womb. So it is nice to understand what that is. And when we work with earth medicine, it is like going into the womb and healing into the womb of the mother, our sacred Mother Earth. There are very beautiful ceremonies that carry this womb medicine. And going into the womb and being able to heal in such a beautiful way, heal in prayer, heal with those directions, heal with those elements, the fire, the water, the earth, the beauty and the sacredness of sitting with yourself and going to the edge of your threshold and being in community and being in balance and understanding how to work with these elements. It really puts you at a place to strengthen yourself spiritually. We have to be in a place where we are spiritually strong, mentally strong, and knowing in our true essence and who and what we are, created and connected to source. This is going to be and continue to be a little hard for people. It's not going to get easy. It's only going to get a little harder. So the more that we tools that we have and the more things that we have access to understand, to bring in balance into our lives, and that connection and bringing in the sovereign grace of the divine, the better off we're all going to be. It has been said and prophesied by many of the tribes around the earth that this is a challenging time for all of humanity. So we must come together in a really beautiful way to work together and bring in and call upon and pray for the healing of our mother, our sacred Mother Earth, and for each other as we are one walking this earth together. All the Indigenous tribes do travel and come together in a really beautiful way so they can assist all of humanity, and we are all assisting as we work together and transcending the energies of the earth. And when we work together in this like communal consciousness way, and when the elders of many different tribes gather together for the betterment of each person of our earth, they know and they have prophesied and has been spoken about how these challenging times will bring many people to chaos and mentally disturbances. So we're going to see an uprise in people having these mental disruptions, and we're going to see an uprise in having people at the verge of suicide, if not suicidal attempts more. So if you are and have ever experienced any suicidal thoughts, please reach out to those that can help you for that in your local community, where you can ask for help and receive guidance in that way. I was just told by one of my friend that she's just not in a very good place, and she got actually turned into a safe home and has a hold on this individual right now. So these are the things that I am talking about. Please take care of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. It is good to have a strong template, a strong foundation of your beliefs. So whatever that is, if it's Christ, if it's Buddha, if it's something like, be strong in it and be strong in that foundation of your medicine and your belief structure. Not to judge others for what they believe, but understanding your place and your role, and understanding that we are all here working together and for the betterment of all, the highest and best for you and the highest and best for all concerned. And now that may look different from one person to the next. And one person may be down in their indigenous ways, and one person may be praying in their sacred tongue, and one person may be, involved in communities. And if that's the case, then that's for them, right? That's good for them, because what is good for another could be detrimental for somebody else. And I was told that a long time ago, is to honor and respect everyone's choice points, to honor and respect everyone's beliefs, because it is true for them, and that is what works for them. And whatever it is that connects that person to divine source, to divine spirit, to connects you to the earth, our mother, our sacred mother, is just so, it's so rich, it's so divine. There's so much healing in the sacred Mother Earth, and it is such a beauty. It's a beauty way. And in order for us to stay on this beauty way, in a beautiful way, in a high vibrational way, is what they say nowadays, right? Is us being having the compassion for yourself and having the compassion for others, and bringing this home to you. And yes, that is true, Ank. So this is a message in the chat. Each path leads towards the same source. Yeah, that is true. But also we want to be discerning, because if you have and gather too much information from too many places, we also have to clean that up. And so making sure that it is anchored. You're anchored in truth, your truth. You're anchored in truth of the divine. You're anchored in the truth of that, what is sacred and sovereign for you, what brings in your sovereignty. And it is what brings you to the origin of source, the origin of your makeup, of your divinity. So your source of origin. So yeah, it's woven in this beautiful tapestry, and yeah, honoring and respecting people's ways and their traditions, and how we all are here, and in such a great, beautiful way. And I've said this many times before, for me, reclaiming my Indigenous roots is very important to me, and it continues to be. And I continue to go deeper and deeper into healing the wounds in which genocide has left upon my heart. And many of you may have reached that level, or may start scratching these surfaces soon. But when that happens, it's just a whole different type of energy that comes through, a whole different type of perception, and that comes through a whole different type of viewpoint, right? And the deeper you go within yourself, is that as deep as someone can meet you, as deep as you're able to go within yourself, is as deep as you're able to meet another, and vice versa. So if somebody hasn't gone deep enough within their spiritual journey, they're not going to be able to meet you in those deep ways. And sometimes people feel this like a lack of consideration, a lack of this, but it's only because that individual has not gone as deep as you have. Or maybe you need to also go a little deeper, so you can understand and have compassion to another one when they begin to project on to you, right? So this is the map that is happening right now within humanity. It is going to continue to get hard. This is what has been prophesied. And we have to remember that, to stay strong, and to understand that everyone is going through their own thing, and everyone is human. We are human, living on this earth, on this planet. We are made in the image and likeness of God, but we are here on this earth to assist this earth, to climb those mountain peaks, to be there as a collective, as a community, to come and rise up together. So when one goes ahead of the pack, that's fine and dandy, but eventually they have to come down and help the others go up there. And that's a whole other different types of teaching. When you reach these different levels of teachings and different comprehensions of consciousness within yourself, it's like, oh, what is this all about? And what it's all about is to help each other to reach this place of sovereign peace and sovereign grace within yourself, and come back to the origin of source, the origin of humanity, the origin of our earth, our sacred Mother Earth. Those that have been prayed and so connected to her and all of the sacred vibrations that are here. Many people want to leave and don't want to be on earth, and they don't want to be here anymore because of the harshness and the reality that is here. But as long as you're doing your work and you're transcending through those frequencies, you're going to be fine. It's not easy. They never said it was going to be easy. They just said it was going to be worth it. And we need to understand that within yourself. Whenever things get heavy and hard and a little dense, we all go through it. I go through it, and I work with community, and I understand there's different personalities and different people having their own thoughts of how things can be and should be and are. And this is the walk of life. This is the walk of understanding each other. And it is understanding this that we understand the earth. So it is understanding that things are always changing, like the waters. The waters show us, if you ever go and you study the waters, or you sit with the stream, you sit with the river, you sit with the ocean, it is always changing. There's always constant change. So we understand this as nature teaches us, as the Sacred Mother teaches us, as the sun rays and the animals who are so connected to these grids and of the earth. There's a frequency, there is a magnetic pull of the earth, and it is important for all of us to have this sort of connection to the sacred earth. The deeper that is, the deeper your roots are, the more you're able to connect to the sovereign grace of our Mother Earth. Like, that's just gonna be such a strong point for you. There's been a dilemma where people haven't wanted to been in their bodies, to leave their bodies, to not want to feel what it's like to be human, to not want to be here just to check out, right? Not to be present, not to have like a very short attention span, and to only be able to give so much of yourself. And I have understood that too, with the way technology is right now. And the more that we are able to just you connect into the elements and really understand them as part of yourself, because we are one with this thing called nature. We are one with that which we call the Mother Earth, and understanding that connection to our Sacred Mother, it's so strengthening and so empowering for the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. And we are able to understand our own waters. We're able to understand our own inner fire, our own inner earth, our own inner storms, our own inner air. These elements is part of what I teach in the womb mysteries of the workshop that I teach. And the cycles, your inner winter, your inner spring. What is spring like to you? Where things start to bloom and you start to come out of your cocoon, your rest area. What is summer like for you? Maybe that's just chilling by the pool, or maybe where you live it's cold during the summertime. And what is fall like for you? Maybe that's just like, you get to stretch a little bit more, things start to feel a little bit more open for you. And winter, we start to go inward, and these cycles that are within us, the cycles within the elements, like the fire in this volcano that we're looking at here. That's fire, that's the eruption. Where does fire abide within you? And that fire is connected to summer, So yeah, the inner seasons in which we transverse to. And that's all included in what I teach in the womb workshop. And the archetypes of the mother, the archetypes of the feminine, the archetypes in which we come up with within ourselves. Getting to know yourself is getting to know that all exists around you, that which manifests in front of you, that which in you seeing yourself in another, you're able to see this individual as yourself. You're able to take them in as you, and understand that this is part of you. This is a reflection of you. So yeah, it takes work to get there, and it takes like maturity, spiritual maturity to get there. It's not like something that happens and you receive the teachings and then you walk in it. Like, no, it just takes time and it takes work, but there's a process to it. And I go over this process to getting in touch and in tune with your inner child. All of our inner childs, every single one of them, we were so connected to the earth, so connected to the Sacred Mother Earth, so connected. So reigniting that and bringing in that self-love and that encouragement to the inner child, that encouragement to bring out those characteristics within yourselves and get more in tune with that, right? And make that to become alive and nurturing that again and putting back those missing pieces. And then the inner teenager. You know, you think about when you were a teenager, maybe your traumas that happened, or the parts of you that you pushed away, or the parts of you that just were so courageous and just didn't care about what anybody had to say and just had this level of freedom that maybe you wish you had today. I do go over that also. And in that, in getting in tune with that inner teenager, wow, like, you know, that is powerful medicine. And then understanding the different levels of that, the different levels of where you were at, and reparenting and re-mothering, or being that auntie, or being that person that you always needed at that time. And these are the things that I teach, and these are the things that I walk with you with in this workshop of the womb workshop. And just me, by you listening to this, by you hearing my voice and talking, there is a transmission, there is a understanding, hopefully, that is going on within you, within your heart, within your mind, if you can give yourself that time to listen. Yeah, reclaiming your inner fire, your inner teenager. Yeah, your inner teenager. And then if you were a mom and you know, you gave birth to a being, that's a whole other part of, you know, I remember when I was pregnant and I was so scared. I was a young mom and just not really knowing what that was. And then now I know that there's like free birth, and I know there's all kinds of different options for mothers to go through, you know. And that's a whole other level of, wow, that would have been really cool to experience, right? So there's a lot of different levels to connecting with the earth, connecting with the cycles of life, these seasons that the teachings are part of the earth. The teachings are written in our Mother Earth, and the way it changes, and the way that we see things grow and die and get washed with the water of the sky. You know, all of these things, all of these sacred elements that go on at one time. It's not just us living in them, it's us understanding and receiving the teachings of what the Mother Earth, what the sacred Mother Earth is teaching us, and being aware of that and holding that and understanding that and walking in that. You know, there is a prayer for the earth, like, you know, show me, you know, it goes, show me how to walk in your way. Show me how to walk in your way of the earth, to walk in the ways of this Mother Earth. She has been created by Source, by Creator. And if we know how to walk in her ways, then we know how to walk in harmony and in balance. And this brings us back to the origin of our heart, to that sacred word of life, the word of the divine spirit. Plants. So this is a topic in the I'm not advertising for Honda, you guys. This is just like a video on YouTube. I have one. For to plant this springtime, you could look up in your if I were you, I would look wherever you live. I would look into the native plants of your region. It's always good to understand the native vegetation that grows in your region, so you can really like get in tune with those native plants, and then you could plant a native plant in your backyard and know that that native plant grows in that area, that region. So yeah, like if you're in North Carolina, then you would look up indigenous plants for that and what the indigenous people of that region use those medicines for and why, right? So over there is going to be different. I'm in California, so it's going to be different from where I'm at. And so we are going to have a bunch of poppies that are going to be popping up, and we're going to have a lot of different, it just depends where I'm at. Actually, in California, I could be out in the desert and there's juniper everywhere, and there's also soapwort, and there's all kinds of different plants out in the desert. And then versus where I'm at right now in the valley, there's a whole different species of plants out here. There's a whole lot of buckwheat that will be blooming. There's a whole lot of the herba santa, which is like the holy plant. We have sage, different forms and different strands of sages, fruit. There are different seasons of fruit. And yeah, the redwood trees that we have. I mean, California is a whole medley of things. It's I feel like it's depending on where you're at in California, you could go from the desert to the ocean in a day. It's pretty magical. It's a pretty magical place to live. And it's beautiful. So I'm glad and happy that I got to share this, my love of the earth, the love of this planet with you all. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. And continue to pray for peace on earth and peace and love to all of those who are struggling in their mental makeup and their mental places that are hard for them to navigate, and to cease fire on these places that are in complete genocide. And who would have thought that we would be living in this time and space in 2024, Yeah. Cool. Thank you for listening to my clearings. There's a lot of things on my website that are available. And also those of you who are interested in joining the womb workshop, that will be starting on the 7th. And then it's going to be followed by a all women's ceremonial weekend retreat, or not retreat, but a ceremonial weekend. It's a 2-night weekend with all women, and yeah, it's just so great. And when you receive those teachings, then that the retreat is available. Yeah, if you want to join, now's the time. It's open and it's available. It starts on the 7th. And I meant to talk a little bit more about it, but I'm just like, whoever is meant to join will join. So it's a good one to join. I have been posting about it. So yeah, it's really good. And you get to meet other women. It's really cool, It's really cool to work in a group with others that have the type of same intention and healing and heart. And it's like, wow, I'm not alone. And people are going through this, and people are wanting to learn, and people are wanting to connect to the earth, and people are wanting to understand their bodies and their connection to the sacred earth. People are wanting to understand all of this. My website is www.angelofdivine.com. It's just angelofdivine.com. So yeah, and you guys could join there, and yeah, if you need to make a payment, I'm open to do like a payment plan for people. So I've done that before in the past, and that always seems to work out. And yeah, we go through it a lot, really deep, understanding who guides you to connect to the ancestors and connect to your lineage, and also connect to things that so you can email me for a payment plan, and I'll send you an invoice, and then that invoice you'll be able to make payments as it fits best for you, and hopefully the goal is to get the payments done in the 6 weeks span time. But if you need a little bit more time, that's all right. And then if you're able to fly out, I have a lot of people that come to fly into California to be part of this ceremonial weekend. So there's people that fly from all over the place, and they all travel together because they've made incredible connections on these calls. And everybody is like, wow, I can trust women again. I don't know about you, if you've ever been in that place where you just didn't feel safe with trusting other women. And if I've been there. I've been at that time in my place in my life where I felt like a betrayal, of the feminine and of the masculine, and then healing that. What does it take to heal that? It takes bravery to trust that you can actually trust women again and you can trust men again, and I prefer masculine men over that's my preference as a partner. Yeah, and women love is so special and is deep, exactly. And so is men's love is beautiful too. But being in sisterhood and being in circle together and being in nature together, there's something that women have, there's something that the womb carries that is so unique, and it is so special. Yeah, loving to heal that as a woman, that exactly. If you have both the platonic ways and in dealing with women, and you want to heal that deeper, it is really beautiful to heal that in a sisterhood. And then I open up a very sacred space for those who are ready to heal even further, and into the heart of the womb of the earth, of our mother earth. The heart of the womb is a sacred ceremony that is held. I hold this for women, and it's such a special experience. It's like, I can't even put it into words how beautiful it is to watch a lot of my students who have gone through my course and just receiving these aha moments, receiving their own codes, I guess, if you will, receiving their own aha moments in, oh, I really felt this, or I received this while I was in ceremony, or I experienced this while I was in ceremony, without me having to go through all the detailed instructions and to teach it to them. Them receiving it by experiencing these sacred ceremonies, it takes it to a whole other level. And me as a teacher, it is so profound and it is so rewarding to see these women transcend and find themselves and just come out of their shell. I had this one woman last year, and she never left her house. She never left her house. She would live her life looking out of the window. She would live her life in in this way. And watching her grow and watching her come out of that shell, it is so profound, you know. And she had a group of sisters to help her, and they had her to help them. And watching everybody work together, that's true grace of the feminine. That's true sisterhood. It's true divinity to watch this happen. The earth gets happy, you know, when we can come back into the womb of the earth and heal and grow. And when you're in there, it's you with you, you know. And then when you get out, you get to share your experience with your sisters. And that's special. That is sovereign. That is a piece of freedom that not many people get to experience. And I know I don't talk about what I do much on here. And I just felt that I needed to share a little bit more of what I do. Yeah, I would love for all of you to be part of that. If you feel called, and if this is something that is you're needing, or something you don't even know that you need, it's very special, and it is very tender. It is very sacred, and it is sovereignty. It is coming back to the sacred womb of the earth. And this is what the earth needs. Understanding the heart of the womb, the heart of woman. Understanding the heart of the earth. And these healing ways. So, yeah, I'm so happy I got to share that. And if you didn't hear it, please go back at least 10 minutes if you have time for, and listen to what I shared. It is a very special time, and it's also not an easy time. And we do need each other. And I'm here to help in whatever ways, either online or in person. If you can make it in person, I'm letting you know you will not want to miss it. It is something extremely special. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Many blessings. And as we come together and breathe into our heart space and just send out so much love and compassion to this beautiful earth, to every person on this planet, to all those elders who are helping us pray, to are helping us grow, thank you. To all of the plants that are here to assist us in healing, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for listening. Thank you for staying with me. Yeah, thank you to the elders, and thank you to the nature, and thank you to the heart of the earth, the heart of the air, the heart of the water, the heart of the fire, the heart of the air, and all that supports us in this sacred beauty way. Thank you to all of you, and I wish you all so much beauty, so much love, so much peace. And may you find the freedom that you need wherever that's at. And if it's with me, contact me and go into these deep healing trenches in a safe sisterhood. To find your embodiment. So you're walking this path in a really good way. So, thank you. Yeah, and prayers to all the children on this planet. May we all be free from suffering and contain enlightenment and freedom. Sovereign freedom that is consecrated to the Most High. And standing in your truth and knowing what that is and who you are. May the love of God be with you and the peace of God be with you. May the grace of the divine be with you. O Mateo, classical Mati, thank you, thank you, thank you. Many blessings.